Women, on average, are slow to arouse, while men are relatively quick to arouse. To give you a frame of reference, think of men as light switches and women as volume knobs. Now, what does this mean? This means that a lot of the times, even though you're in the mood, she hasn't gotten that far yet. And the main reason is usually because you have not done or said things to get her to that point. Now, the reason I'm making this video today is to give you 4 ways that you can get her to that point where, it's time for you to handle business. The first way to increase a woman's desire for you, the Rubik's Dude. Now, that's a play on Rubik's Cube, but what do I mean? I mean that contrary to popular belief, women do not like things simple like men do. Women like complicated, layered, complex things. They don't like things that are straightforward and to the point. They like to go around and round and round on a freaking roller coaster. Now, how am I sure of that? How do I know that? Think about how women process information. They rarely go for the simplest answer. They usually like to go for the most complex and convoluted possible way to get to the answer, instead of just looking at 1 + 2 = 3. Now, why do women do this? Why do women look for complex, layered, complicated things? Because to them, in their subconscious, in their biology, in their hardwiring, complexity equals value. If something is difficult to understand, difficult to decipher, difficult to obtain, for them, it means it's valuable. So, how do you attribute this to you to increase your desire? You make yourself difficult. Not difficult as like annoying or exasperating, but difficult as you make yourself hard to read. You make yourself more mysterious. You don't give her everything that she wants from you up front. You make her work a little bit for it. You make her wonder. You make her think, well, I thought I got a read on him, but I don't really know what he's doing. I don't get it. That's what you want from a woman to be thinking of you. The reason why is because if she doesn't understand you, she's going to put in the extra effort to try to understand you. And her doing that, she falls right into your trap. And usually when women are very interested in trying to discover or understand a guy, they usually throw the coochie at him to think that'll be the secret to unlocking his mystery. The second way that you can increase a woman's desire for you, the power of no. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that a lot of men think that doing everything that a woman asks or saying yes to her every want, her every desire will ingratiate you to her and make you more attractive to her. This is false. In fact, it has the opposite effect. In order for you to increase a woman's desire for you, you cannot give her everything that she wants. As a matter of fact, you have to be able to tell her no repeatedly. You have to be able to deny her, to tell her, that's not going to work for me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not interested in that. Why? Why does this work and why does this make her more interested in you? 1, it shows strength, and women will always, until the end of time, be attracted to strength. 2, it shows that you don't care whether she likes you or doesn't like you. You're still going to tell her no when you don't want to do something. 3, it implies value to the woman, meaning if you can tell her no, that means you don't need her. And what does that mean for her? That means that, if he doesn't need me, that must mean he gets other women. If he gets other women, that means that he must be a valuable individual. If he's a valuable individual, that means I chose right. I want him even more now. Which is why the power of no is very, very important, especially in the beginning stages of meeting and dealing with a woman. You have to be comfortable saying no. If you say yes to everything, she'll be the first one to say no. The third way that you can increase a woman's desire for you, the neg. That is a reference to the movie, The Meg. It wasn't that good of a movie. But what do I mean? I mean that you must showcase the ability to tease a woman. When I say tease, what do I mean? I mean make fun of her a little bit, make light of her, make some jokes at her expense. Why? When you do this, it shows that you're not taking things very seriously. You're chill guy, it's not that big of a deal. Meaning that you're used to being around women. You're used to being in their presence and you don't have to worry about offending her. You're not scared of pissing her off because to you, it doesn't matter. To you, this is just another girl. And what does that do for her? Well, that makes her think, if he's comfortable making fun of me, teasing me, treating me like I'm just another girl, that must mean, once again, that he is higher value than I am. He's better than me. He doesn't need me. He gets other women. And what does that do for the woman? That makes her want you more, because women will always, always, always want a guy that they perceive as higher value or better than them, because that satisfies their biology. Now, just to be clear, I know that I said to tease her, but don't go overboard, okay? Don't go overboard. You can do it, but there's a line. Just be careful. Do it, but just don't overdo it. And the fourth way, or the last way to increase a woman's desire for you, lead us not into temptation. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to explain a method to you that I've done multiple times and has worked. But here's a disclaimer. If she is not physically attracted to you, this will not work. Once again, if she is not physically attracted to you, this method will not work. All right. I'm going to teach you guys how to create your own moment where you're bending time and space and reality to your will. I know, I have superpowers. I want to give them to you as well. Every man can do this as long as they follow my instructions. The first thing that you're going to do is, when you're out with the woman, you lock eyes with her. Once you do this, time slows down. Everything slows down. Now make sure that you are maybe a foot or less away from her, but you guys are facing each other. She should not be out of reach. She should be relatively close to you. Now you're going to go through this direct sequence. Look at her eyes for 3 to 5 seconds. Then look at her lips for 1 to 3 seconds. Then look at her eyes again for 3 to 5 seconds. Now, once you have completed this entire sequence, slowly lean in to where it's like you're almost going to kiss her. But once you get to about 2 to 3 inches away from her, stop. Hold it for like a second or two, then pull back. And then continue with whatever you were doing or your conversation like nothing happened. Now, once you've done it once, you only need to do it maybe 1 or 2 more times at most throughout the night. If you've done that at least 2 to 3 times, by the end of the night, I guarantee she will be dripping. And from that point, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to escalate, get her back to your place. She's gonna be a lot more compliant because she's now pent up. But once again, just for redundancy, this will not work if she's not physically attracted to you. If she is, it works like a charm. My God, it's crass, okay? Now, why does that work? It's because it's just another form of teasing, another form of displaying value. Because in you almost kissing her, it shows that you don't have to kiss her. You don't need to do it. But you weaponize her imagination. It makes her think about kissing you, wonder what it's like to kiss you, and wants to be closer to you physically. That is why it works so well. And that's how you take her from a 0 on the horny scale to a 10. Now, in conclusion, it should be obvious by now, as I've explained throughout this video, that most of the ways that you can gain or build a woman's desire for you is by showing examples or instances of higher value, i.e. through telling her no, being complicated, making fun of her, or just playing a little coquettish game, right? There are many ways that you can do this, many ways that you can increase a woman's desire for you, but it all boils down to you showcasing higher value, meaning I don't need you, I just kind of want you a little bit. That's what you have to showcase, and in doing that, if the woman does like you officially, it's going to work wonders. That's it for today, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm King's Wisdom. I got merch, link in the description. You're welcome.